The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the undisputed Tag Team Championship.
Well, welcome to Breaktime, your little treat before we reach the showdown. We've got championships galore tonight, all on the line. We're kicking it off in the tag team division. Let's cut to the chase as to why we have a tag team championship bout involving the War Raiders. In the build-up to Locked In, we saw a triple threat clash on Breakdown, where LFI and GOD battled the War Raiders. And, well, these Vikings took it to those teams, walking out victorious.
Are you ready?
Their opponents, though, freshly crowned champions at at Love Dive prior to Locked In. Now they're ready to step up to the plate. What? Oh! The full lineup are here tonight. Well, this has thrown me for a loop. The tag champions bought the whole posse, of which one of them will be competing on Saturday night at the showdown. In fact, he is in the opening matchup for the men, as Shawn Michaels will be battling CM Punk. But my word, the full posse here tonight. Backing up the tag champs, the Pyros let loose. We'll send it to the ring, where Mike Rome has your first matchup's official introductions.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 597 pounds, Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders. And their opponents at a combined weight of 501 pounds, the undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Road Dogg Jesse James and Badass Billy Gunn, D-Generation X.
No nonsense. When the intros come in for DX, the fun and games are over. It's big boy time, it's match time, it is championship on the line time. Your referee, the dashing, the beloved Miss Kim, gets us underway. We tie things up, and a big shot first from the Road Dogg. sets us on a solid path forward. Headbutt out from Ivar as the badass now takes to the ring. It's interesting to note X-Pac is stood at ringside, backing up his boys. Got to look at this matchup holistically and just note that as a whole, this New Age Outlaws team have not had a title defense since winning the belts. This is their first, and well, straight out the gates, Ivar bringing it to his opponents. Yes, a special episode. Midweek Madness. Obviously no primetime, no breakdown. So why not combine the pair into a special show to build the hype of the showdown. Snake Eyes. And that's going to be potentially costly. Actually, I think X-Pac protected Billy Gunn from a hard landing into a steel ring post. Or steel ring, more than the ring post. X-Pac really getting involved early. Now he's not going to protect him. The steel turnbuckle pad comes to play. And it's going to cause a 2 count. Ivar squaring up with Billy, and once again back this time into that corner. Big Kim trying to get there. I think she will, and indeed she has. Started to reapply that pad. Now for the Outlaws, realistically, it's not a smart move removing that turnbuckle pad if you're wanting to get your tag team offense working. Now tags have been called. Obviously, the referee was slightly distracted with the pad. She's still able to notice him. Obviously, with Road Dogg basically tagging in right next to her. The only one that may have been a little bit of a shock is Eric entering the picture. Another tag made. This time the Outlaws up, hanging Eric out to dry with that neck breaker. The champions we know can bring some very prolific offense in tandem if given the chance to. The issue is, to get to that stage, you realistically have to be on your very best. A drop down from Eric, a leapfrog, and well, he can't follow it up until he throws these low, sweeping roundhouses. Once again, the whips coming into play. And this is a good situation for Billy. He's able to flatten both members of the War Raiders. Action spills to the outside. A little bit. The carnage could be costly. But right now, this is good for the Outlaws. Keeping the action stuck outside. It's not the showdown where there is a cost to a countout. If you're a champion, countouts are beneficial to you. I'm slightly confused what Ivar's up to. He was getting a little bit freaky. Up towards the top of the screen, no longer the case, but right now, issues starting to take place here for the War Raiders. Count of 8. What's Billy thinking here? Count of 9. Eric, he's going to make it back in. Count of 10. War Raiders win. But the belts remain with D Generation X. We said there's no cost to a countout for the Outlaws. But in your first title defense, a loss of this sort of stature could lead to a secondary bout for the War Raiders. While Billy was returning,
Here are your winners, Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders.
to the ring, it's still our referee Kim raising that hand, well, both hands up, showing fives on both sides for the 10. And well, it's one way to start the night with a champions losing. It would be another if we see a title shifting hands. So when we send it to our next big title belt.
The following contest is an Inferno match and is for the Heritage Championship.
Well, it's time we bring the heat. It's a big time bout for the Prospects Championship. An opportunity at hand for someone to steal the gold. And well, tonight, that opportunity is heading to AZM. Queen's Quest member has only had one matchup here on the brand. Well, I say one official matchup. He has competed in two, technically including the Factions Rules match that saw the championship change hands, Utami taking the gold away from Fallon Henley. But now she's got an opportunity at someone who I thought would have done better in the showdown. Only 4 points to her name. And now she has to step up to prove why she has that championship around her waist. I thought she'd be a shoo-in to be competing at least on Saturday night. Sunday could have been also her playground, but no. Instead, she's competing midweek in a do-or-die situation for the championship reign. Her first title defense, and I would say this is no easy opponent. AZM, speedy, quick, very much a chancer of matchups. We could be seeing a new champion, and Vakir out of the running. Alicia Taylor, though, has your official match introductions for your second bout of the night.
Introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, AZM. And her opponent from San Fernando, Chile, the Heritage Champion, Stephanie Bunker.
Well, intros are now out the way. Let's talk game. If you've missed or not kept up with how this Prospects Championship works, to put it bluntly, if you lose that belt, you can never, and I mean never, challenge for it again. We're underway, and straight out the gates, AZM showing her quickness. And we've got a little bit of a different bout here tonight. The rules, stipulations, everything out the window for break time, as we have an Inferno matchup. We've said Vakir needs to really bring the heat, bring her A game. When the ring set up to make it a spicy atmosphere. from minute one. You're gonna have to bring it to avoid being burnt. Ways to win, obviously, is throw your opponent into the fire, make them catch a light, and pick up the championship to ignite your title reign. Scoop slam. Or scoop up here for Vakir. Gonna turn it, Michinoku. Planting AZM down. Nice roundhouse here from Azumi. For stomp. And Vakir turns it into a leg drop. Quick on the dime. AZM back to her feet, back striking. This is what makes AZM such a good wrestler for this sort of division. She is a former high-speed champion in Stardom. This is sort of her domain, is the quickness. As Vakir, a former New Japan Strong champion. Defended that belt at AEW, an AEW event. Now, I should also point out the fires will dissipate to allow for this sort of thing from Vakir. She heads outside, grabs the weapon, but not going to swing it straight away. Instead, swings a super kick into the face of AZM. And now forcing another attempt at the shot, but AZM evades, but cannot evade the forearm smash. Vakir controlling till this moment. The punches fly from Azumi. Step up into the dropkick as well for AZM, and this is a tempo change. Certainly beneficial to Azumi. Vakir, though, will bring it. Capable of bringing some high-octane action of her own. Here comes the lariats. A couple of clotheslines put down Vakir. The boot caught, leg swapped out. Dropping Vakir, and it's important to note, at the bottom of your screens, you will see a little indicator. That is how hot this match is, as a moonstomp not going to be hit. The coup de grace, I should say. Not working for AZM, and she eats a belly-to-back suplex for the failed attempt. Now, a little bit of a hanging on that fourth, but Vakir stepping up to the plate here. The Fire's still in a very calming sort of mood, but you can see them. The bigger the shot that lands, the more likely they're to rise. We are building up. I'd say we're at about 35% of the way to a max inferno. Vakir dropping and then trying for the Meteora. AZM evades and comes swinging with a big boot. Kendo stick now in the hands of the Queen's Quest member, who's swinging for the fences. Dropping Vakir, and the Fires rise a little bit more. Eat defeat, almost bringing us halfway to a heat wave that we're already experiencing in the UK, but this matchup is picking up. AZM ascends, tries to twist into that corkscrew crossbody. Vakir evades, and now Stephanie sends the challenger running. Drop toe hold, not going to work in her favor. Springboard crossbody, not going to work in AZM's favor. The Fire's burning. Submission hold here from Vakir. Fujiwara armbar. A little bit more damage done, but I wouldn't say that is an ideal choice of attack in an Inferno match, to say the least. That being said, no rope breaks as them Fires continue to rise. Oh, vicious shots And you can tell it's getting to that boiling point as the camera shots from the side blocked by the flames. And Vakir bringing an aggressive style now. The fire's over halfway. A little bit of a taste of the fires, the smog hitting your face if you sit close to them ropes. This time, Vakir once again fails to connect on a Meteora. AZM puts her in the corner. Vakir fights out once more. A struggle between these two. Shots flying in. Vakir not looking to eliminate or get the win just yet. Instead, a stomp to AZM. Now she ascends up top. Looking and will connect. Spiral tap. Raises the heat of the matchup. We're closing in on the Mega Inferno. Springboard moonsault. AZM turning the tides. Kendo stick swinging. Trying. Vying for an opportunity to get into this. She suffered a big maneuver out of the Vakir kit. She goes and connects her own. And Inferno inside the Breaktime arena. Vakir could be, nearly losing her title. The bar at the bottom of your screens reached Inferno, meaning that any woman trying to toss the other out right now could win this matchup. Vakir hooks up AZM, drags her to the corner. AZM in trouble, perched on that top rope. Vakir looking, trying to toss her out the ring. Can she do it? Will she retain her title? The answer's no. Not yet, anyway. AZM still fighting a spinning gut kick. Puts down Vakir. Stephanie sent running. Put in the corner. AZM fired up now. Looking to maybe punish the champion. Instead, staring her down. At getting her bearings. Now she goes around. Brings it down. I would call that a La Mystica, but it's a Fujiwara armbar. Out of that head scissor around the world. Vakir. Not gonna let it phase her once again. The fires continue to rise. The ring, I'm amazed, hasn't burst out into flames in the center of it, because those fires are burning sky high. Vakir standing, waiting, getting caught. Arm drag takedown from AZM. And she's going to the kendo. Potential game ender. Swinging for the fences. 2 shots land. Vakir, though, fights back. The shot stops. AZM's continual burial with the kendo. Premiera watching on. Biding her time. As AZM escapes the corner, she avoids and gets another La Mystica. Fujiwara locked in deep. Vakir able to get out of it, but remember, it's more damage to Stephanie. Vakir able to power AZM into the ropes, trying to get her to taste the fire, to throw her through the flames at ringside. Will this be enough to win the match? The answer's no. Instead, AZM swinging. Her time to strike, but no. Super kick from Vakir puts down AZM. Now the kendo in the hands of La Premiera, she's going for a submission. Cross face with the kendo, but it's going to be broken. And the kendo's back in the hands of AZM for a second. Springboard. Moonsault. Amazing accuracy from AZM to land that one. It was looking like it was going to miss. Now we just stare each other down once again. Neither woman wanting to strike the other when they're in the corner. Dropkick missing there for AZM. That could be costly, but she's able to fight back. She's got a hold of Vakir, but Stephanie fights out the grasp. She can look to end it. Fireman's carry out the back door. AZM drops her down the canvas. We've been in an inferno for close to 5 minutes at least here. AZM trying for the cutter. Vakir catches her. Irish whip. Sends her to the corner. Stephanie not going to punish. I've got a feeling she's just going to stand there watching, waiting, biding her time, waiting for AZM to make that mistake to exit the corner. And well, AZM's the first to the strike. We said she's quick. And boy, howdy, she is. Tiger suplex. Oh, fight back though from Vakir, but AZM shoots one back. AZM, Irish whip, sends Vakir to the corner, but cannot capitalize. A little bit of taunting from AZM. Could that be costly? Shot lands. AZM unloads. Up, but caught swirled into the turnbuckles. Vakir could look to end it here. Kick down south. Butterflies her. Up we go into the long blower. Big shot lands for Vakir. Picks the ankle. Step through submission. Modified octopus hold here from Stephanie. Got that wrenching deep onto AZM. The grasp. Gonna be grappled here. Broken. The fire is still ensuing here at ringside. AZM fighting out the grasp of Vakir. Got down. Now La Mystica out from AZM. She's quick on the trade. The big submission holds. Going toe for toe. Shots now landing. AZM flying through with some heavy offense. Takes Vakir up to the fireman's carry, but straight out the back door. Vakir tries to swing, can't connect. Instead, down south she does. Butterflyer up, down. Lung blower. AZM put into a perilous position as Vakir should be able to end it from here. Instead, submission-based offense. Choking at AZM. Remember, the way to win is to toss your opponent through into the fire. Submissions will not win it for you. This is just to maim your opponent. Just to cause more damage. But it's a needed statement from Vakir. She's got AZM on the ropes, but a fight back. AZM, she's not going quietly into the night. Her chance maybe. She drags Stephanie to the ropes. She grapples and attempts to throw Vakir through, but no. Again, the tussling these two are doing. Just going blow for blow. But right now, the blows certainly favor the champion. Big shots landing here for Stephanie. Kick down south, AZM turning it in her favor. Snapmare takedown. AZM running through the target. PK on precision. Now the big shots. AZM has the chance to put it all to bed, but the kendo stick snatched out her clasp. And the big shots from Vakir busting open. Me as the charge through Meteora, this time gonna connect for Vakir. She is not slowing down now. Up top, spiral tap. AZM in trouble. And Vakir knows it. She has her contender on the ropes, but no, not yet. AZM fighting back, neither woman backing down. Blow for blow, the drop toe hold this time. Vakir able to pick it up. Puts down Azumi, but catches her. Now has her on the ropes, trying to toss her over, and she does! 2 title bouts in, 2 title retentions, and statements made by our champions. And it's a well-needed statement maker from Stephanie Vakir. Whether you like to admit it, the win will do wonders for her. Keeps that title sort of a hard prize to get.
Here is your winner, and still the Heritage Champion, Stephanie Vakir.
Well, there you see the fires being extinguished onto AZM, but inside the ring, La Primiera tired out, and can you blame her? She went to war just to retain the belt. Congrats to her. We have a couple, a quadfecta of bouts still remaining tonight. So let us send it to the next. We should be in for a little bit of a treat. Well, a little palate cleanser heading your way right now. Rapido! As we are focusing in on that gold division.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the greatest of all time, John Cena.
And you may be wondering, hang on, all the divisions ended. Why are we in the gold division, quote unquote? Well, we're feeling a little frisky. IPW management looked at how that division ended. And, well, technically there's 3 stars obviously eliminated. But it's still close. 6-6-5, Cena being the 5 of that 6 sandwich. He's the filling for these 2. As well, we're getting a little brawl for, I guess, the 6th seed. Even though we aren't taking another start to the showdown.
And his opponents, first from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 295 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
We aren't taking another start to showdown, but what we can do is we can bring some high-octane action. That's right. As the Beast rolls back the years with this look. As you could say, here comes the pain. I threw the wrong pyro out. Oh well. It went off. Wait. Woo, there you go. The Lesnar pyro, a little delayed, but yes. Rocky B finishing on 6 points. It came down to the wire in the gold division, but tonight we've just got a little palate cleanser between our title bouts, just to hype up the showdown this weekend. 2 action-packed nights of IPW action.
And from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, the original El Grande Americano.
Where we have, simply put, the 20 best stars of the tournament, all competing for a chance to be showdown winner. What's the best element of that is the last year's winners are still in the tournament, both making it in their own interesting means to the live event, of which one of them's already got a bye to Sunday. They only have to win 2 matches to win the entire tournament for themselves, but enough about that little escapade. Let's talk tournament. Gold division here was an interesting one, and you may be wondering why I'm talking about this one. Well, if you missed last night, on the road to showdown, the final bout, I discussed all of the divisions bar this one. And let's just run it down a little bit. As I say, for the gold division. Simply put, it did come down to the wire. As we realistically had, I would say, stars that deserve to be there. Not showing up. Like, I would have thought that Mark Henry wouldn't have been at the live event. I thought he might struggle, but turns out he did pretty well, finishing as the 3rd seed of the division. Lesnar, a little bit of a... He's had an interesting time here in IPW, I'd say. He's finally gotten a couple of wins under his belt, but he seems to struggle when forced under the IPW lights. Tonight, maybe a similar sort of story is, well, he's got to battle the GOAT and John Cena. Well, right now he's dominating. Candlestick shots certainly show that. El Grande caught, backdropped here by Lesnar. The Beast starting to unleash the pain onto his opponents. Cena, though, happy to meet him and toss him out, catching Lesnar off guard. Cena bringing it now to El Grande Americano. El Grande, that one of them guys in this tournament who's no shock performers. I thought that he could have snuck into the live event, but as I say, he barely misses the show, and, well, means that he's sat here in the triple threat match against 2, I'd say, arguably Hall of Famers. If not inducted yet, they should be in the next few years anyway. The big DDT from El Grande puts down Lesnar for a cover. Cena right there to break it up, and this could be where we start to see some interesting elements emerging. Remember, we had no tiebreakers during the showdown, thankfully, in terms of actual matchups. There were tie-breaking situations, namely in the Women's Teal League, where 11 points for both Blake and Nia caused Blake to go into the 5th seed over Nia. And from my opinion, I think Blake's pretty happy with being 5th seed. Because she avoids that Liv Morgan bracket. I think everyone wants to avoid Liv Morgan in this tournament, obviously. Previous winner of it all. Has the added bonus of making it to the 2nd day already. She went undefeated in terms of wins. But she did not get perfect points. Perfect points would have been pretty interesting, however. Not to be, as right now we focus in on this matchup. Cena missed the 5-knuckle shuffle. Now Grande is going to make him pay. Lesnar now introducing El Grande to a German suplex. We're pre-suplex city Lesnar, but he's still a mauler, a big amateur wrestler, sorry. Cover here for Lesnar as well. 1, 2. Forces the kick out of El Grande. Cena out of the picture for the moment. But you've got to feel he'll be coming in soon as Brock, German, catch and release. Grande back to his feet. Springboard, missing. Cena capitalizing cover here. Lesnar trapped in the corner, staggered. Cena, a 2 count, nearly getting the win. He's also able to deliver a nice blow to the body of Lesnar, but there we see it. German suplex. This version of Brock looking more for them Germans than the modern era Brocky B. Cena, monkey flip, catching Brock. We know Cena can do some pretty hefty things. To mention old, I've got a feeling the referee, I'm forgetting it's triple threat rules, no rope breaks in triple threats. No safety net. Lesnar off the top. Shooting star press, I believe, attempted. Cena gets the knees up. Through with another monkey flip. Grande back up. He's got a weapon in his hands. Trying to swing for the fences, and well, he will do so on Cena, but caught. German, bang. Stacked on his neck. Cena staggers to his feet. He's out of the picture as Brock cover, but Cena's back into the ring. Count broken before it even begins. The Irish Whip's going to take Lesnar out of the picture for the moment. Cena, big boot to the back. He needs to really put down the beast. Spinning into the slam. Big match, John. Well, it's not a big match. He is in trouble because he's going to be sat watching El Grande lock in the ankle lock. Lesnar rolls through. He escapes the situation. But he is caught. Cena, electric chair. Punches fly from Brock. He's breaking out of the position. Takes Cena from behind. Puts him into the corner. Now, a little bit of American football action. The shoulder tackles from Brock. Puts Cena sitting as Brock gets flattened from a seated position. PK from El Grande gets the cover for 2. Near fall there from El Grande Americano. Exploder suplex as well. He's bringing the action. But Brock now back to his feet. Trying to get rid of El Grande from the picture, but El Grande staggers Brock, gets back in the ring, gets caught. A little awkward from Cena. And he's going to be forced to pay. No, not going to be forced to pay. El Grande misses. Cena sent running. Catches El Grande. Eyes on Brock. Kendo in hand. Dropkick though from Cena. Going to stop the Kendo. Becoming a concern. Down to 2 in the ring, Lesnar and Cena. And that is a good setup for Cena. The boot, though, from Brock stops the 5-knuckle shuffle from being a weapon, and a lariat sends Cena to the ringside. El Grande into the ring, swinging for the fences. Kendo stick shot to Brock, puts the Beast down under cover. 1, 2, near fall. Almost beats Brocky B. Moonsault. El Grande. He's landing. The action now spills to the outside. Low blow to Cena. And Cena had the steel steps in his hands. He had no way to protect the Yambag Yahtzees, as Taz would call them. Eyes on Brock, who launches the steps. The Beast gets to watch as these two tear each other apart. But here he comes, charging through, sledgehammer in hand. He's going to put it into the spine of Cena. Mounting the goat. Vicious elbows from Brock. And corks some stiff shots. Grande, though, not on the receiving end of those, thankfully for himself. And, well, he's going to be just tossing people around. And, well, Cena tosses him to the wayside. Now John gets Brock in the ring, hooks him up top. Got Lesnar in an awkward situation. I don't know what happened there, because we were forced to look at El Grande taunting for some flipping reason. Regardless of the fact, I think the attitude adjustment not going to work out for Cena, and that's why Brock still on his feet. Cena going for it again, hooks up El Grande, takes him up top. This time no taunting. El Grande out the back, tries to kick down south but caught. Cena hooks him up, brings him down onto the chair. Powerbomb, drop kick. Cena lying in wait. Has the Beast where he wants him. Scoops him up. Gun stun from Cena, not going to go for an attitude adjustment just yet. Or after the failed attempt, anyway. El Grande, baseball bat in hand, misses. Big boot of Cena misses as well, but the second swing was a strike 1, and now a home run shot. But eyes on El Grande, he's got the Beast hooked up and brings him crashing down. Crash landing. And Brock in trouble. He's in the drop zone. El Grande ascending. Looking to end it. Tries for the headbutt. Lesnar evades. Lesnar into the Kimura. Gets that onto Cena, but El Grande, he's got the ankle. He's got Brock in trouble. Ankle lock in deep. Wrenching back is El Grande. Will he force the Beast to tap? Indeed he does. Wow. As I'm losing my voice. El Grande Americano. Puts the Beast into a situation he is forced to tap out of. Cena cannot stop it. He's out cold.
Here is your winner, the original El Grande Americano.
And El Grande victorious once again. Well, your little palate cleanser done and dusted. We're now into your 3 big boy bouts. Championships on the line. So why don't we see how the Women's Tag Team Championships fare?
The following contest is a tag team Hell in a and is for the undisputed Women's Tag Team Championship.
Well, do you know what I like? I like repetitiveness. So why don't we shove the Women's Tag Team Championships back inside Hell in a Cell, on the line between the two teams that last?
Black Beach and Sarah Carey, Tammy Havoc.
Why don't we put the two teams that contested the championships in Hell in a Cell back in the cage? Locked In saw Fatal Influence walk in and then walk out as champions. 8 look to capture glory, to capture the belts here tonight. It is never easy to step inside a cage like Hell in a Cell, let alone for a title. Well, the mess done by Queen's Quest, Kamitani and Watanabe, look to show they mean business. Obviously, we've seen Momo recently competing in the showdown, finishing last in her group. But it was a stacked lineup.
And the undisputed Women's Tag Team Champions, Jasmine Nix and JCJ Fatal Influence.
Well, for Fatal Influence, Nix and Jane, ever since capturing the globe back for themselves, they have been a solid lineup. Nix, the heavy hitter. Jane, with the rock star energy, leading the lineup to glory. We'll see if they can repeat how this bout ended last time. The Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. The belts handed to our referee for the night. Obviously, it is break time. We get different refs. We, in fact, paid a WWE for a few refs here tonight. As the cage lowers, the fighting can commence. And, well, it's our first time seeing Saya Kamitani, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix in a while. In fact, over a month ago would have been their last matches as we finished Locked In. Momo had a few obviously extras in between, and obviously that does mean a ring rust not going to be affecting her comparative to the rest of the field. Inside a cage like this, you gotta think that any advantage you've got will certainly be beneficial. Snap vertical suplex from Kamitani, as there's that neck breaker from JC. And it's interesting that we see that maneuver out of Jane. Obviously, during the tournament, another woman who was involved from Fatal Influence who was eliminated in the last days of the action Laney Reed clearly has learnt from JC. And we know there's a lot of mentorship in the Fatal Influence lineup. Where both Jane and Fallon raising their, not necessarily raising, but providing their rookies, their younger roster of talent, the ability to perform, as there's a big time super kick from JC busting open Momo. The brawling on the outside as inside the ring. Kamitani is certainly bringing it to Jasmine Nix. We've got really the two heavy hitters battling on the outside. Super kick caught this time. Jane not able to, well, stops that one. These two are just slugging it out on the outside. JC finally, I think, winning the exchange. Irish Whip going to send Momo running. Because inside the ring, it is just constantly Saya Kamitani destroying Jasmine Nix. Big knee. Kamigoya from Kamitani. Goes for the cover. JC able to roll in to break it up. She gets enough time away from Momo, but straight away, Watanabe sends JC back out, and we're brawling. Phoenix Queen. Now on the receiving end of some Jasmine Nix offense for only a second. Nix caught. Super kick on the outside. Jane caught Momo. Kamitani is certainly showing that the ring rust has certainly not affected her. Watanabe and JC just continually exchanging blows. Who's going to back out, or who's going to fall prey to basically that one? Right now they're touring the ring. It's Momo and JC up top. Kamitani and Nix down south, and Thea's going to send Jasmine into the cage, and well, a second time as well. Now the turn of Watanabe and JC inside the ring. JC in trouble in the drop zone for a little Sonato, but the knees land straight into the canvas. JC rolling encore, dropping Momo. Staggering shot out from JC, who charges in. It's a splash in the corner and then the senton. Big shots. JC landing big. Now is sent to the second turnbuckle. She goes for another senton, but this one misses. Momo avoids. Irish whip. There. Sent into the ring is Nix. She's weapon hunting. Looking to be difference maker with the weaponry. Oh, suplex not going to work. Nix evades. She's going to send Momo to the corner. Now perches her off the middle rope. Bridging into the cover. That fisherman suplex working for Nix only for the moment, but stiff rolling encore of her own, and then the Nix kick. Down goes Saya. Finally, Nix on the offensive, but in the ring goes Momo. She's going to break that pin up. And then catch with a little peach sunrise. Down goes JC. Cover for Watanabe to win the titles. 1, 2. Near fall. And hey, they are in a strong position here. They clearly have learnt their lessons from the last time they were in Hell in a Cell. Cover for JC. Has Momo out for the count, maybe. Kick out from Watanabe, though. stops the danger. Crisis averted for Hate. For only a second as JC now lines up Momo in the corner, charging in. Hip attack misses. Watanabe. Oh, down south. Low blow connects. I don't know how that works on a woman. Answers in the comments, please. But the count comes through, and it's a 2. A deep 2. Almost the win. Momo not done. Has JC hooked up for a little B driver. Cover as well. Nyx needs to get in, but it is in time because it's actually JC who kicks out of the B driver. Nyx now in. Momo caught. Nyx kicked. Sayer out of the picture as well. Cover here for Jasmine. Nyx. 1, 2. Oh, kick out from Momo. She's staying in it. JC unload. Stiff shots. Dropping Kamitani with the knee. Cover here onto Sayo. 1, 2. Oh, nearly. We're getting the near falls now. Both Hate and Fatal Influence battling tooth and nail. Momo. Irish whip. Oh, punch caught. Rolling encore. That's gonna drop Momo for the moment. Saya needs to get back up because JC could be closing in on the win. Kamitani into the picture. Catches a hold of JC, scoops her up. Michinoku driver. Down goes JC. Pump kick. Nyx sent to the corner. Momo can't connect. JC will connect. Takes the waist control. Scorpion death drop. Nyx now trying to get rid of Kamitani as Momo rolls to the outside. Nyx into the cover. Kamitani down. 1. Watanabe out nowhere though. Breaks it up. Momo. You know she needs to be present for the team. She's weathered. Big storm. Big knee to the back of the skull of JC Jane. JC's quickly up though. She rolled out and then rolled back in, catching as Nyx lines her up. Kick to the body. It's stiff as the head says a takedown from Saya. And she's caught. Nyx. Fisherman suplex with the bridge. No cover just yet. She realizes Watanabe is getting up. But Momo fights back. She's back to her feet as well. Hooks her up. Can't follow it up. Nyx drops Watanabe, but Momo's up quick. Roll up from Saya. JC's into the ring. She's there and will break it up. Kick low. And it's now Kamitani who has JC hooked up. Fish into the thrill of the hunt. Cover for Kamitani. 2. Phoenix driver crowns us new champions. And it's now the era, I guess, of Queen's Quest. What a win for Saya and Momo. To get the job done here tonight. Over Fatal Influence. Here we see the tandem offense. Momo kick down south. Allowed Kamitani to come through. Thrill the hunt. That Phoenix driver. Down as Nyx rolls to the wayside.
Here are your winners and the new undisputed women's tag team champions, Sarah, Carrie, Tammy, and Black Beast.
A huge win for Hate as they claim the gold and take the prize away from Fatal Influence. Now Fatal Influence hold nothing.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Prestigious World Championship.
Well, it's proving time for the Queen. In the road to the showdown, she faced off against the Ruby Belt champion, and the bout ended in a countout in favor of Lynch. Naturally, is one of Lynch's only wins in the tournament. This matchup should be a breeze for Becky. But with Flair being the only other star outside of Stephanie able to challenge for the Ruby Belt, we're giving Charlotte the shot tonight. Can the Queen dominate? Or will her four horsewoman counterpart step up to the equation and defeat Charlotte Flair? That we will have to see as we ready ourselves for your co-main event. Flair barely missing out on the showdown by 1 point. That 1 point lost. Well, those 2 points technically she was out by. But 1 point realistically for the forced tiebreaker situation. Which, well, if she'd beaten Flair by any means, could have made it to the showdown. So big time Bex walks into this one favored still, even after a torrid time during the showdown. Only 6 points to her name. She now has the opportunity to prove that the tournament means absolutely nothing. The Ruby Belt is the true prize to contend for. We've seen one title shift hand tonight. Will a second be joining the tag belts in the women's division? We send it to Mike Rome for official championship introductions.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, the Women's Prestigious World Champion, the Mad Becky Lynch.
It's the Queen versus the Man in your co-main event. Ruby Belt on the line. Your referee is Miss Jessica Carr. We've thrown out our normal officials for break time. They get their own little break. as we ready ourselves. Main event or co-main event on the way. A little tongue-tied in the heat, but it doesn't matter. These two are going to bring the heat to one another. Flair out the gates first. The dragon screw leg whip out from Lynch. Changing the tune almost immediately. And when we talk about these two ladies overall, a lot of focus goes onto their early sort of symmetry in careers. Early success in the first couple of years in the WWE. Obviously, Flair, a phenomenal run as NXT champion. Lynch didn't get that sort of run. She only found her success once she reached the main roster. Then that big transition into the man certainly helped her reach superstar status. And overall movesets of these two are quite similar as well. Both like to favor a submission-based finish. Both have impactful, heavy artillery in finishes as well, in form of the manhandle slam as well as natural selection. And you have to feel this will be a closely contested battle of how well each of them know each other. Moonsault press. Flying out the ring goes Charlotte. Tries to chase down, land onto Lynch. Not going to happen. Instead, it's Becky crashing down onto Charlotte. Another high-flying offensive. Lynch crashes that elbow into the back of Flair. Now hooks her up on the outside. A little disarmer. Applying the pressure. Trying to keep Flair at bay. Charlotte needs a response. That's not it. Gonna be it. Instead, crashing into the apron. And, well, some extra shots added in. Finally, a back elbow from Flair going to cause some separation. Ooh, little interesting there. The count reaching 5. Here, and it could be another count out here tonight. Oh, big boot avoided. Lynch going to toss Flair back to the ring. Down to 7. Action back towards the center of this ring. Flair bridging into the roll-up. 1, 2. Almost a new champion there, but not going to come at the cost of that pin. But this could be costly to the champion. Natural selection from Charlotte. The Queen looks to conquer. But that won't happen just yet. Lynch in danger. Struggles to her feet. Flair lines her up, takes her from behind. Irish whip. Drop down. Oh, tries to go for something, but Flair caught. Lynch also caught. Big shots coming through. Spear attempted. Knee, though the actual outcome. Lynch connects onto Charlotte, but Charlotte's fighting back to her feet. Back elbow not going to connect this time, and Flair loses back control, gets forced into the ropes. And Lynch is bringing it here. Drop kick down south, not going to work. Instead, waist control fought out of. Irish whip, Charlotte. Can't follow it up. Lynch won't either. The jockeying for position. A lot of stakes on this one as well. A scoop slam from Flair. Push Lynch in the drop zone, but Becky's up to her feet and got to be caught. A little whisper in the wind from Flair. Oh, chops avoided. Shots, though, won't be. That punch blocked. Flair tries for the spear, caught. And a manhandle slam. The payment for missing your shot. The cover from the champ. Good for 2. Lynch not done. She ascends. Tries and will connect. The executioner's leg drop. Becky closing in. The fight back. Flair connects. Gonna stomp. Becky's offensive and then come through with a sit-out powerbomb. 1, 2. Oh, near fall. Barely able to kick out. Is the champion. But the challenger can't follow it up. Went down low. Could have been looking for the figure 4/8. Lynch gonna catch her though. Manhandle slam. The champion puts down the challenger once again, but a defiant kick out from Flair keeps her alive in this matchup. So Lynch does what she does best. Keeps the punishment rolling in. Drops the leg a couple times, and now the cover. Getting a little cheeky middle rope, and well, Jessica Carr spots the feet on the rope, and that's going to cause Lynch's pin to go in vain. No cheating today. And that's the decorum, the decree from Jessica Carr. A big boot, a haluva kick from Flair connects, and now the cover for the Queen. Good for 2. Kick out from Becky. Stays alive. For how much longer the Queen's trying to connect. Lynch catches her. Fireman's carry. Fought out of. The champion caught again. Lynch planted with natural selection. And Charlotte's taking no chances. Drags her away from the bottom rope. No safety net there for the champion. The cover. Good. We have a new top star in the women's division on Breakdown. And it's funny as well. The rest of the division now has to bow down to the Queen. Not only on Breakdown, but the Red Queen on Primetime. We've just hit a Queen's conundrum. As Flair seizes the throne of the Breakdown women's division.
Here is your winner, and new women's prestigious world champion, Charlotte Flair.
Well, we said that Becky's run in the road to the showdown wasn't the best. It wasn't the most opportune. And to culminate that run, only a few days later, she loses her belt. This could be the beginning of the downfall of the man here in IPW.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, let's talk your main event. And it's a big one. Because we have a rematch from the showdown in the pink division. As the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, defends his title against the Champ Slayer, Tony D'Angelo. Not only did he beat Drew in the road, he also beat Okada. That win over the Rainmaker kind of subjected him to being eliminated from the tournament. Obviously, Tony D didn't make it much further than the Rainmaker, finishing though ahead of him on points, 8-6, but it was CM Punk's win that secured the elimination of Tony D, as well as the Rainmaker. But tonight, we've already seen 2 titles change hands. The potential for a third is looming close, with the results favoring Tony D'Angelo. The Rainmaker needs to step up and show up here tonight as the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. The IPW champ, Okada, looks unfazed. The standard walk in, the money flying. And he enters as the lone wolf here tonight. D'Angelo not alone. He didn't mention it while he walked in. Backed by Channing Stacks Lorenzo. So some added numbers in the favor of the Don. But realistically, you've got to say, and I said this for Becky, when it's game time, it's game time. And they show up. But Lynch failed. Will Okada fall to the same fate?
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 240 pounds, Tony D'Angelo. And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 236 pounds, the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Rainmaker.
Well, Rainmaker, championship in hand. Potentially one final look at his prized possession. The championship on the line. Tony D realizes it's his chance to do the dirty double. Prove it wasn't a fluke. And we go dancing. In your main event, D'Angelo out the gates quick, but he misses. The Rainmaker, though, his first lethal shots come through. My word, what was that? I don't know what to call it, but the Rainmaker's picking up speed early. A moonsault off the ropes to land it. Deadlift now from the champ. Quick, fast, effective. That is the Rainmaker's style, and he is certainly doing that to start off this championship bout. D'Angelo yet to get out the gates here against Okada. Neck breaker attempted, missing. D'Angelo finally gets his first shot of this matchup. Back to the feet, though, goes the Rainmaker, and well off the ropes he hits. No. Misses that wacky line. D'Angelo gonna make him pay. Single leg takedown. Stacks in his corner. You gotta feel that he's gonna pay some dividends in the favor of the Don. Already tossing in a weapon, distracting the referee, giving D'Angelo a chance to strike. D'Angelo keeping it clean. Nice lariat. Puts down the Rainmaker. The big shots as well. Tony D bringing it as a fisherman's buster into the bridge. The cover on top, good for 2. And on a moment's notice, he's turned this tune in his favor. Charges in, lands the corner clothesline. Last time a star went to that middle rope, they failed to connect. And well, yet again, it's a failure on the Ascended Star's part. As now the Rainmaker catch and release. Belly to belly overhead suplex. And now the big shots raining in from the champion. Gonna bust open Tony D. And, well, he polishes it off with a moonsault. Off the middle, up to the top, and then bang. Straight onto the chest of D'Angelo. Heavy shots landing now from the Rainmaker. Clubbing the back of Tony. Adding insult to injury. D'Angelo in trouble. Scooped up. Escapes out the back. DDT. Puts Okada down. But the Rainmaker, he's fired up. To his feet, he scoops up. Caught. Planted. Both men busted open now. D'Angelo fails to connect. The way he beat the Rainmaker was that twisting neck breaker. But that is how Okada puts people away. He connected with the Rainmaker. And D'Angelo's down and potentially out for the count. Covers good for 1, make it 2, and oh. He doesn't get the 3. But he is closing in on victory. Scoops up Tony D. Knee comes to the face. That could have been an attempt at the tombstone, but no. D'Angelo's not having it, and he's fired up. Lying in wait. Looking to strike. Okada in trouble. Spine buster. D'Angelo strikes true for the cover as well. It's only a 2. Again, going for a pin, but again, when these stars go for that cheeky little leverage pin using the middle rope, our referees that have been sent in to fill the spots of our typical IPW referees, they're spotting them. They are stopping them. And it means that we're keeping an even battle. D'Angelo back on the offensive. Lining up Okada. Looks to fly. And he does. With a line from the top. Now. Charges in. Caught though. Stomp from the Rainmaker. Puts him down. Lorenzo, what's he got in mind here? Not going to get involved, and that's wise, because it could have cost Tony D the match. The neck breaker from Okada connects, but D'Angelo's got to stop anymore. Sends him running. Big time power slam from Tony D. Puts down the champion. D'Angelo trying for his own little belly-to-belly, not going to work, and now the Rainmaker unloading, striking true. There's D'Angelo on the ropes, shot caught though. Tony D fighting back, belly-to-belly, this time he gets it. And this time Okada's feeling the effects. D'Angelo lies in wait, charges in, connects this time, a boost psycho knee. Flush onto the jaw of the Rainmaker. Why not? Belly to belly. No overhead this time. D'Angelo, he's picked up momentum. He is bringing it to the champion. This is what he did to win the last matchup between these two. He stuck it to the champion's offensive and took him to the edge. Caught this time though, and the Rainmaker's going to make him pay. Sends him running, but no. Reversed. It's Okada sent over the top. And he's causing some separation. He gets back in. Ooh, high roundhouse missing. D'Angelo can't punish. And he's going to be punished. Hooked up. Okada into the neck breaker. Trademark Rainmaker momentum shifters coming into play. And the Irish whip reversed. He's sent running. Dropkick misses. Okada gets a chance to strike. Takes the back. German number one. Ripcord Rainmaker plants him down and the cover comes through. 2, 3. A successful first defense for the champion. And he needed to be on his game tonight. He has to be wary of what Tony D could do. He's beaten him before, and Okada, he knew it. He stepped up, he brought out some of his more classic maneuvers, and then this faded him in. May have thought it was a Rainmaker straight out the gates, but instead a German followed up with a bang. Rainmaker drops D'Angelo, unexpected off the German, and there's a 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, and still the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Rainmaker.
Well, the champion retains here on Breaktime, ending the night perfectly. And do you know what's even more perfect? We can run down the card for this weekend's big time bouts. That's right, your matches for the showdown. They're ready, they're set, and you can take a look at them now. Well, it is a 2-night rip-roaring affair, filled to the brim with IPW action as the showdown is finally upon us. Night 1 and Night 2 this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And while the card is filled to the brim, so we will run down both brackets, as we'll start with the women and end with the men on Night 1. Starting off the night, it is Fallon Henley, Lyra Valkyria, an age-old classic, battling it out. Tier League second seed Fallon will face Gold Tears. Sorry, Green Tears 5th seed Lyra. Then your second match of the night features the Green League's 3rd seed versus the Teal League's 4th seed. It's Bailey and Nia Jax. That's a hefty battle there. From there, we take a trip to the other side of the women's tournament, and we started off with Utami Hayashishita, the Green League 2nd seed, battling Blake Monroe, the 5th seed of the Teal's division. Lastly, for the women, it's Julia and Oscar, the Green League 4th seed versus the Teal League 3rd seed, where all the winners will advance to our Night 2 affair. From there, we look at the men for Night 1. Shawn Michaels, CM Punk will kick off the men's brackets as Gold League 2nd seed battles the 5th seed of the Pink division. Rollins Abyss then follows that up, where the Pink League 3rd seed battles the Gold League's 4th. Afterwards, Mark Henry and Obafemi will battle it out on the other side of things. Mark, obviously, the Gold League 3rd seed, and Obafemi, the 4th seed of the Pink division. Leaving Night 1's main event, it's William Ospreay, the Gold League 5th seed, the Emerald champion, and last year's Showdown winner, going toe-to-toe with the OTC. The 2nd seed of the Pink division, Roman Reigns. That is a stacked Night 1 of the tournament. leaving you with night 2, where you will be guaranteed to see Liv Morgan, Flammer, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes in the semi-finals after the quarter-final matches earlier in the night. What a couple of nights coming your way in IPW. Thank you for joining me for this really weird sort of recording in the rip warm weather. It is scorcher and it's killing my voice. And she had a bit of a weird, obviously stuttering on the videos. I apologize for that. This is post recording me giving this audio, but yes, I'll see you this weekend, hopefully with nice choppy footage. Peace out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never